Hey there, crafty friends. Lisa here, your DIY diva. If you love crafting high-end looks on a budget, you are in the right place. Today, I'm going to show you how you can take a Dollar Tree pumpkin and turn it into one of the most incredible pumpkins that you've ever seen. So I have this Dollar Tree foam pumpkin. I'm sure you've seen these before. They do still have them at Dollar Tree, but you can also find pumpkins like this. Now they're a little bit more expensive than these guys, the foam ones. And I really like the foam ones because there's so many things that you can craft with these pumpkins. And as you can see, I've got a couple of these foam pumpkins that I have been working on, and I just didn't quite finish them. And the main part of this pumpkin is going to be this ribbon that I got from Dollar Tree. Sometimes it can be kind of hard to find it, but when you do, I would highly encourage you to pick up a couple of rolls of this ribbon. It's actually 18 feet long, so there is plenty of it to do this project and probably another one as well. But if you can't find this ribbon at Dollar Tree, I will leave a link to something similar that I did find on Amazon. And you can use a measuring tape to determine how much of this ribbon that you're going to need for each strip. Or if you're like me, you can use a piece of twine or a piece of yarn, and you can just put that from the top of the pumpkin down underneath to the bottom, and that will give you a rough estimate of how much of this ribbon that you're going to need for one piece. And I've had this project in my head for a while now, so what I'm going to do is just cut strips of this ribbon off, and I'm going to round the sides. So I'm going to have it be very narrow at the top and the bottom portion of the ribbon, and then I'm just going to use my scissors and round it out. Next, I'll take that ribbon and attach it to the pumpkin. So I'm going to start at the top and just use a little bit of hot glue, and then I'm going to fold that around the pumpkin. And then I'm going to do a little bit more hot glue as I work my way down to the bottom of the ribbon. Now these foam pumpkins are a little bit smaller than the Dollar Tree pumpkin that I used in my leather covered pumpkin, so I was trying to duplicate that process with this ribbon. And if you want to do this project, I would suggest cutting off the pieces of the ribbon so you have a lot of pieces to work with. So I'm just going to continue the process of where I'm starting at the top end of the ribbon, and it's very narrow, and then I'm curving the scissors out so that it gets wider in the center portion, and then it goes back to being thinner at the other end. And when I'm crafting a pumpkin like this, I like to attach the pieces on opposite sides. So whatever I do on one side, I'm going to go directly across the pumpkin and repeat the same steps. Then I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to do it on the opposite sides of the two pieces of ribbon that I've already attached to the pumpkin. And with this ribbon, it's more like a paper ribbon instead of a fabric ribbon. So I found that it was easier to just put the glue on the end of the ribbon, fold it around the pumpkin, and then using some more hot glue, I secured the bottom part of the ribbon to the bottom part of my pumpkin. And once I had 4 pieces of the ribbon on the pumpkin, then I came back with a little bit of hot glue, and I used that around the edges of the ribbon to seal it down onto the pumpkin. And one thing that I really like to use when I'm working with hot glue is this silicone spatula. And it almost looks like a craft stick. It's about the same size as a large craft stick, and it's coated in silicone. It makes it really nice for working with hot glue, so you don't have to worry that you're going to burn your fingers. I had someone ask about this in a video, so I just wanted to make sure that I told you it's a silicone covered craft stick, and I got this on Amazon, so I will leave a link in the description box in case you wanted to get one of these for yourself. They are so helpful for projects like this. And I just continued to work my way around the pumpkin, putting a little bit of hot glue on the longer sides of the ribbon, and then pushing it down with the silicone stick to keep it in place. Now, once I was done, this is what my pumpkin looked like. And with this size of ribbon, it pretty much looks like everything is the same. but I don't want that for this pumpkin. So what I'm going to do is come back with some more ribbon, and I'm actually going to cut the pieces of ribbon in half. So the ribbon that I'm going to be attaching is going to be half of the width, the wide part of the ribbon. It's going to be half of that size. So it's almost like I have two ribbons now. And to do that, I just folded the ribbon in half and then used my scissors to cut it. But I am going to do the same process like I did with the larger pieces of ribbon, and then I'm going to use my scissors to make it wider and then circle it back into the other end. So both ends of the ribbon are going to be kind of pointed, and I thought it might be fun to give it a little bit more of a shape, so I did a little bit of wavy lines as I was cutting with my scissors. And again, I duplicated the same process. I attached a piece of the thinner piece of the ribbon to one side of the pumpkin, and then I repeated the process of going to the opposite side of the pumpkin and doing the same thing, just like I did with the larger pieces of ribbon. Now I really like how some of the ribbon is a little bit darker, especially the thinner sections of the ribbon, but I wanted there to be even a little bit more difference in the color. So I came back with some distressing ink, and on the thinner pieces of the ribbon that I had remaining, I just took that and used the distressing ink to make the smaller pieces of ribbon a little bit darker. Now I also got this distressing spray, and this stuff, I wasn't quite sure of how to use it, but I thought I would try it with this ribbon. So I took the distressing spray and I just sprayed it onto the ribbon. It definitely gives a little bit of a more textured look, and this spray is in a weathered wood appearance. It does take a little bit of time to dry, so I thought I would speed up the process a bit by using my heat gun. That did take quite a bit of time, and in the end I did decide it would be easier just to spray the ribbon and leave it overnight, and then I could come back to this part of the project the next day. So using the even thinner pieces of ribbon that had the distressing ink as well as that weathered texture spray on it, then I just worked my way around the pumpkin again, putting those individual pieces. Now, while this is really pretty and I do like how this is taking shape, I wanted something with a little bit of extra color. And I remembered that I had this ribbon that I had gotten at Hobby Lobby, and it's so pretty, and it has like little pom-poms, like tiny little pom-poms on the ends. And I thought this is the texture that I want to add. And after I measured off how long of a piece of ribbon I would need to do this, then I came back with my scissors and just very carefully cut the pom-pom portion of the ribbon off. So this gives me 2 pieces of that pom-pom ribbon that I can add to my pumpkin. And I thought it would look nice if these were kind of coming at an angle, so almost like they're outlining one of the pieces of ribbon that's on the pumpkin. So I just used some hot glue and attached one end of the pom-pom ribbon to the center part of the pumpkin. And then I came back with a little bit more hot glue and I repeated the process with the second piece of the pom-pom ribbon. And I'm just going to let it get a little bit wider towards the center. And then I'm going to secure just the bottom edge to the bottom of the pumpkin. And it's almost like a triangle or a section of pie. And after I decided that I really liked how this looked, I just repeated this step with more pieces of the ribbon so that I would have enough to go all the way around the pumpkin. This definitely adds another layer of texture to the pumpkin, and I really like that by adding these different textures to this Dollar Tree foam pumpkin, it doesn't end up looking like a Dollar Tree pumpkin. So like I said, I just continued to work my way around the pumpkin with the pom-pom ribbon and literally making it almost like a piece of pie as I worked my way around. And again, I did the same process of whatever I did on one side, then I did the same on the exact opposite side. And I really like how this ended up looking. Now for the pumpkin stem, I wanted something a little bit more than the original pumpkin stem that was on this pumpkin. So I have these gorgeous long pumpkin stems. They're made of resin and I found them on Etsy. I've been trying to figure out how to make pumpkin stems like this, but I'm not having a lot of luck. So I did go ahead and buy some of these stems. I painted it black and then I thought I would give it a try with that distressing spritz. I wanted to see what that would look like and I spritzed a little bit of it on. And then I did use my heat gun to dry it so that I could actually continue this project and get it finished because it was just getting so excited to see the end result. I really like the shine and the different texture that the distressing spritz added to this pumpkin stem. And I didn't want to have to cut my pumpkin to put the stem inside of it, so I did take it out into my garage and used a scroll saw to cut off the end. Then I used a little bit of B7000 and some hot glue for the instant stick to secure the stem in place on the top of my pumpkin. Now here's the really fun part. This is where I'm going to add a little bit of extra to the top of the pumpkin. And you can do whatever you want with this project. If you want to add Spanish moss, that's what I'm adding right now. You can do that. You can add some sizzle fiber. You can add flowers, you can add leaves. Anything you want to personalize this pumpkin for your own decor, that's what this project is made for. So once I added a little bit of the Spanish moss all the way around the top of the pumpkin, then I came back with some fake flowers and just cut stems off and placed them how I thought they would look nice on top of the pumpkin. I was pretty deliberate in the color choices that I used. I want this to be kind of natural with a little bit of orange, maybe just a shade of brown. So I tried to find complementary colors that would look nice and wouldn't be overpowering on the top of the pumpkin, but would stand out just a little bit. I had these pretty white stems. I don't even know what they are, and I don't even remember where I got these. Probably Temu. I did go ahead and add one fall leaf to the top of the pumpkin. And this is what I really wanted to show you. I found these feathers at Hobby Lobby. They were so affordable, and I think some of them are guinea feathers. Actually, I think they're all guinea feathers, but they have such pretty patterns on them, and I thought this would just really look nice and work well with the color of the ribbon on the pumpkin. So I used a few of the individual guinea feathers. And then I got this package that has them kind of bunched together, and it's got some longer ones in it. And I really wanted to add these to my project. So I did just move them around on the top just to see what it would look like before I decided where I was going to secure it in place. Now those groups of feathers actually are connected and they have some tape or something that's on the end of them. So I did come back with a few more individual feathers and place those over the top of where those connectors are because I don't want those to show in my finished project. I think that is so pretty just like that, but I did decide, I do want to add a bow, just a simple bow. So I tied a simple shoestring type bow out of jute twine and then used a little bit of hot glue to secure it to the top of my pumpkin. It's not overpowering, but it does give just a little bit of something extra. And this is the end result. Who would ever guess that this is a Dollar Tree foam pumpkin? Those orange pumpkins that come out every year, and we all buy them because we want to make them over and have them not look so much like a Dollar Tree pumpkin. I think this project turned out so nice. And it was actually relatively easy to complete. And even though I craft a lot and come up with a lot of different ideas, I think this pumpkin would fit into lots of different decors. And I know you can do this. You are probably incredibly crafty. And I think if you try this project, you are going to be so happy with your results. And you might end up like me and end up with a ton of different Dollar Tree pumpkins that you've made over. This is just such a pretty pumpkin, and I love it. I love how it turned out. Well, I hope that you had fun crafting with me today, and if you love these ideas and these type of videos, be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss my next creation. And remember, you can create projects that have a really high-end look, and you don't have to spend a lot of money to do it. And until I see you next time, stay crafty.